Because today we're taking a deep dive into something really fascinating, the psychology of luxury.
Ooh, I like where this is going.
Right. Picture this. You're at some high-end boutique and you see a bottle of water with a Chanel label, right? 75 euros.
Okay, I'm intrigued. 75 euros for water.
And then right next to it, a totally normal bottle for just a few cents. Same water, basically, but wildly different prices. So what's the deal? That's what we're going to unpack today.
Well, what's really interesting is that luxury kind of turns the whole idea of economics on its head.
How
We
so?
usually think, okay, a product is worth something, so it has this price. But Cesar Val, he's a veteran in the luxury world, he says it's the opposite. Luxury is what actually sets the price.
So it's not about taking like a basic thing, making it super expensive, and then suddenly calling it luxury.
Exactly. It's not about just inflating the price. Real luxury is about creating this feeling of value that goes way beyond what the product actually does. It's about the emotions, the aspirations, the whole feeling it gives you.
Okay, so let's break that down. So we're talking about appealing to desires, not just like basic needs, right?
Exactly. Think about a Ferrari, right?
Yeah.
It gets you from A to B, sure, but it's more than that. Speed, status. People will pay a premium for that feeling, for what it represents.
It's like Coco Chanel said, luxury is a necessity that begins where necessity ends.
I love that quote, and it's so true. Once the essential needs are met, luxury kicks in.
Hmm.
It's those desires that make you feel something extra.
Okay, so how do these brands actually create that desire, that feeling?
Caesar breaks it down into 5 key elements, what he calls the pillars of luxury. And trust me, these are strategies that brands use all the time to make us want things we didn't even know we wanted.
All right, I'm hooked. Lay it on me. What's pillar number one?
Yeah.
Okay, so give me the inside scoop. What's the first pillar of luxury, and how does it reel us in?
It all starts with targeting desires, not just needs. Like, remember that Coco Chanel quote, luxury is a necessity that begins where necessity ends.
Right.
Luxury brands, they get what we aspire to, and they position their products as a way to reach those aspirations.
So they're selling a feeling, a lifestyle, not just a handbag or a watch.
Exactly. And that leads perfectly into the second pillar,
Yeah.
exclusivity. Scarcity, my friend, that's where the magic happens. The harder it is to get something, the more we want it.
Oh, tell me about it. Like those limited edition sneakers that sell out instantly. Or when brands intentionally make less of something to make it seem more rare.
Exactly. A great example is Patek Philippe, the watchmaker. They actually discontinued their best-selling model once.
Really? What happened?
Prices for those watches went through the roof. They made it even more exclusive, and boom, instant desirability.
Wow, that's pretty savvy. Okay, so what's next? Pillar number three.
This one might seem kind of obvious, but it's super important. Location, location, location.
Right. It's not just about having a shop on some random street corner.
Not at all. Luxury brands are so strategic about where their products are made, where they're sold.
Like you'd never see a Chanel store next to a fast food place.
Exactly. It has to be exclusive, refined, the whole experience.
And the location can add to the story of a product too. Like French perfume from Grasse, it's considered the best in the world, right?
You got it. And that brings us to the fourth pillar, the power of storytelling. Every luxury brand has a captivating story. It's like a history, a heritage that takes it beyond just being a thing you buy.
You know, speaking of stories, Cesar told this amazing story about Louis Vuitton. He started as a peasant, can you believe it? Walked all the way to Paris, took him 2 years.
No way.
Yep. And he ended up, revolutionizing travel with those iconic trunks. It's amazing how that story of ambition is still part of the brand today.
It's brilliant. Those stories make people connect with the brand on a whole other level. It's like they're buying into a piece of history.
Mhm.
Okay, are you ready for the fifth and final pillar?
Absolutely. Lay it on me. What's this last piece of the luxury puzzle? All right, hit me with pillar number 5. This whole luxury dictates price thing has me totally intrigued.
This one's all about psychology, specifically how they use price to influence you. It's called price anchoring. So luxury brands, they rarely do that thing where they price something at like
Mm.
$99.99, to make it seem cheaper.
Right, they'd rather just use a whole other digit.
Exactly. Instead, they'll have, say, a handbag, limited edition, diamonds, the whole deal, and it'll be priced at like $100,000.
Okay, so they're setting the bar sky high. But how does that convince someone to actually buy something?
Because then everything else seems like a steal. That $5,000 handbag.
Looks like a bargain next to the $100,000 one.
Exactly. They shift your whole perspective. You're not comparing it to a regular handbag anymore. You're comparing it to a piece of art.
Wow, it's kind of sneaky, but effective, I guess. This whole conversation's got me thinking. There's also like a subtler side to luxury, right? The brands that don't need giant logos or flashy ads.
Ah, you're talking about quiet luxury, like Loro Piana, for example.
That name rings a bell, but I'm not too familiar.
They're all about, like, the ultimate quiet luxury. They use these super rare, luxurious materials like vicuña wool. It's even finer than cashmere. And their craftsmanship, incredible.
Hmm.
But you'll rarely see a logo.
So how do you even know it's Loro Piana?
That's the point. Only those in the know, they get it. But let me tell you, a simple t-shirt from them can easily cost 5 grand.
A $5,000 t-shirt. That's definitely quiet.
Quiet luxury isn't about showing off. It's about appreciating the details, the quality, the story behind it.
It's like those people who really know their art. They don't need a famous Picasso to be impressed. They appreciate the technique, the history, all the little things.
Exactly. It's about belonging to a select group, the people who truly get it. And Caesar says he's seen this evolution in luxury consumers. They start with the logos, wanting everyone to know what they have.
Makes sense.
But as they mature, their tastes change. They gravitate toward those subtle signs of quality and good taste. It's a much more confident way of approaching luxury.
Yeah, like, I know what I'm wearing, I know its value, no logo necessary.
Exactly. And this ties into another big trend, especially with younger generations, experiences as luxury. It's not just about owning something anymore, it's about the experience, the story you get from it.
A once-in-a-lifetime meal, a trip to a place you've always dreamed of.
Exactly. Or even owning a piece of history, like vintage luxury. It's about the memories, the feeling you get that goes beyond just owning stuff.
Like that time I got to eat at El Bulli. Remember that restaurant? It was legendary.
Oh, wow, I'm so
It
jealous.
wasn't just dinner, it was an experience. And honestly, there's a little part of me that likes knowing that most people will never get to do that.
See? That's the allure. It's about investing in something that truly enriches your life, that has real value.
This whole conversation has been eye-opening. So for everyone listening, here's something to think about. If luxury is about the story, the experience, the value beyond the price tag, what story are you telling with your life, with your work? It's not about spending a ton of money. It's about being intentional, creating something meaningful, something with real value.
I love